This story, did you all know today is the National Day of Prayer? Yeah, it is, and I'm sure you all celebrated. Uh-huh. And if you don't know the National Day of Prayer, it's basically an evangelical run event to celebrate, prayer, but really it's their version of Christianity. And Republicans celebrate it because they want to impose conservative Christianity upon the whole country. And many Democrats go along with it because they don't know any better. And some mayors and city officials also honor the day because it just feels like the right thing to do. And that is what happened in the town of London, Kentucky. It's just south of Lexington. And this is what Mayor Randall Weddle has been promoting for like a month now. Let me show you this. This is on the mayor's website. Mayor's Prayer Breakfast with Mayor Randall Weddle and the City of London. An opportunity for our community to come together over breakfast and join in prayer for our city and its leaders. Yada, yada, yada. Okay. Why is the city using their website and their resources to promote prayer as if it's a good thing? They should not be promoting prayer. They should not be promoting religion. They should not be promoting a specific religion. But that really is what a prayer breakfast is all about. Like, I promise you, I don't have any details about what happened this morning at 7 o'clock. My God, who's going at 7 o'clock? I promise you there was not a giant array of Muslim leaders leading the prayers in London, Kentucky. There was no humanist chaplain present there. You know what I mean? This is a Christian event. And the thing is, they were doing this all over social media. This is Facebook, April 16th. Join us May 2nd for the prayer breakfast. There's the same banner. Wait a minute. They did it again on April 19th. Here's another one. Free tickets if you want to come to the prayer breakfast. Oh, wait. Here's another one from yesterday. Like, they've been pushing this forever. And I think this part is the funniest one. Whether or not prayer is your practice, we're thrilled to share a meal with you and foster community growth and unity. What unity are you going to find when you're promoting religion, which is inherently divisive? I don't know, but this is what the city is doing. Um, and again, I just want to point out that you can't do this as a city. You can't do this as a mayor. If he wants to waste his time when he's off the clock, that's his business, but he cannot use the city's resources to promote religion. That is basically what the law says. It's also bizarre uh, that the city said we want the entire community to unite in prayer, not just because you can't unite in prayer. Prayer is divisive, but there's no way this entire community is religious. Like, I promise you, even in rural America, you are not going to find a city with 100% Christians. Like, there are other people there and they don't appreciate this. So, a couple weeks ago, the Freedom from Religion Foundation sent the city a letter. Uh, it's a standard letter about all this, basically saying, we saw all those things you posted. Hey, buddy, you can't be doing this. I want to point out a couple things in this letter. First, a concerned community member informs us that you're hosting this mayor's breakfast. Why is that important? FFRF did not seek this stuff out. Someone who lives in the community told FFRF, hey, my mayor is doing this. Can you do something about it? FFRF wrote a letter on that community member's behalf. And notice what they say here, right here. We ask that you refrain from participating in a sectarian event in your official capacity. We also ask that the city refrain from promoting a sectarian event. All of that makes sense. Yeah, like, they're not saying don't pray. You can pray on your own time. They're not saying your church can't do it. If Mayor Weddle's church decided to host a prayer breakfast today, that's fine. And if the mayor wants to attend that thing, he'll take off his mayor hat and just show up to the prayer breakfast. That's fine too. What you can't do is use the city to promote your religion. And you can't have the mayor promoting it. And that is what's going on here. So everything in this letter makes sense. And again, look at what it's saying here. We ask that the city drop its support for this divisive evangelistic vision for America and cease holding a National Day of Prayer event. The city and its government officials have a constitutional obligation to religious neutrality. This obligation is violated when the city coordinates and promotes an exclusionary National Day of Prayer. Hey, let us know what you're going to do. We're standing here. Let us know. I hope you fix this. That's from Hirsch Joshi, who is a legal fellow with the FFRF. And again, totally fine. That letter makes perfect sense. How did the mayor handle it? Well, he did not take it very well, because I will just show you this quick screen grab right here. The mayor posted this video on the city's website, uh, and he basically said, these people, I'm not going to play the thing for you because you can see from the bottom, this goes on for over 4 minutes. But this guy, he literally raised FFRF's letter. He's like, these people sent me this letter and I'm very mad about it. Let me paraphrase a couple of the things he said in this thing. He said, he's going to push through with the prayer breakfast anyway. I'm going to quote a couple things. He said, before I become mayor, small groups has always attacked me. They're always constantly trying to place their political desires or gain over what's good for our community. Like, first of all, no one is attacking you. They're telling you you're making a mistake and trying to get you to not make the mistake. You should be thanking them. And also, who's putting their political desires over what's good for the community? That's what you're doing. This is all projection. He's like, FFRF is trying to push its agenda on. No, that's you. You're the dude doing that. He said later on, as Americans, we have the right to assemble and we have the right to pray over our community. And like, yeah, you do in your capacity as a private citizen. No one's stopping a church from hosting a prayer breakfast. No one's stopping the mayor from going to that prayer breakfast. Again, you can't do it using the city's resources. He also said, this is a big one, as a community, us coming together and us praying as a whole, we all know that without faith, our community would be lost. Like, what? Come on. Without faith, you would have nothing. No, not everyone in your community belongs to a faith. And how dare you insult atheists in the name of community unity? Like, what the hell are you doing? He said, in this letter, it demands that we don't have this prayer meeting. It demands we don't assemble ourselves together in our faith. It demands that my office stop this. Like, 1 for 3. They can have a prayer meeting. They can assemble. People in the town are free to do whatever the hell they want, but the city can't promote it. Again, he then says, I'm a mayor for all the people that live in London. Yeah, that's why you shouldn't be doing this. He says, we will not cave to the demands of individuals who do not live here. Like, oh my God, I hate this argument whenever it's used against FFRF. Like, they're not attacking you on a whim. They're literally responding to someone who lives in London, Kentucky, who wrote to them and basically said, like, I can't speak out because they'll crucify me. So maybe you all can write a letter on my behalf. And they did. So they are acting on behalf of someone in your city. And then at the end here, Weddle said, one small group or one radical ideal will not stop us, because here we understand the importance of faith and we understand the importance of prayer. To which I just want to know, who is we? He seems to think everybody is Christian. Everyone's the same kind of Christian. Like, no, the problem is you seem to think that the people who share your beliefs represent everybody. They don't. They literally don't. That's why this is a letter. And then he said at the end, London, this is a time that we come together as a community, and this is a time that we stop that little small group from controlling what the masses does. And it's like, no one's controlling you. Also, what do you think the Bill of Rights is other than protecting a minority from the tyranny of the majority? Like, FFRF is representing the minority, and you have no business imposing your religious will upon all of them. Like, I would love to know how many non-Christian groups were involved in the prayer breakfast this morning, because I think, like so many Day of Prayer events, non-Christians are considered an afterthought or a never thought or whatever. Like, maybe you have a token here and there, but this has always been a celebration of conservative Christianity. That's why government involvement in this sort of event is so dangerous. And I would just say, last couple things here. This guy, using his hat as mayor, has promoted religion over and over. This is his Facebook page as mayor. And look at this. This is Easter reminds us of Jesus Christ's resurrection from the tomb, a cornerstone of faith that offers us all the promise of new beginnings. Like, again, put it on your personal page. Why are you using the mayor's page to do it? He did it before Christmas. Christmas is a celebration of love and kindness, epitomized by the birth of Jesus Christ. He did it in March again. Today, on Good Friday, we pause to reflect on the profound sacrifice of Jesus Christ. Like, buddy, do it on your own time. Stop using your title to do this. And I will leave you with one last thing here, because May 4th, not because it has the Star Wars connotation there, May the 4th be with you, but because it's right after the National Day of Prayer, uh, Congress members Jamie Raskin and Jared Huffman, who founded the Congressional Free Thought Caucus, they just introduced this resolution for the National Day of Reason. And I just want to share a couple things here. May 4th, 2024, you could see, let's designate that the National Day of Reason, recognizing the central importance of reason and the betterment of humanity. And look at this. Whereas the application of reason has been the essential precondition for humanity's extraordinary scientific, medical, technological, and social progress since before the founding of the United States. This goes on for a while. This is actually copy pasted from a few years. This has been going on for years. Democrats have been pushing the symbolic resolution for years. But if you look through this, look at that. Thomas, there we go. Whereas America's founders insisted upon the primacy of reason and knowledge in public life, they wanted to prevent the official establishment of religion, to protect freedom of thought, speech, and inquiry in civil society. And the last bit here. We encourage all citizens, residents, and visitors to join in observing this day and focusing on the central importance of reason, critical thought, the scientific method, and free inquiry to resolving social problems and promoting the welfare of humankind. I know you can't see that last bit. There it is. But, like, yeah, that sounds really nice. It's inclusive of everybody. I mean, I can't understand why any religious person would be against it. Are they saying, like, what? You're saying I support reason? How dare you? There will be no critical thought coming from me. Like, that one's inclusive. That one's not saying let's shut out people who are religious. You don't see anything disparaging of religion in there. But the day of prayer events all over the country are very excluding of non-Christians and non-believers. All right, I'm going to stop there. I'll take some last questions, but I think that's it for today. Doesn't the White House or the Congress have a monthly prayer breakfast? You know what? I don't know about monthly, but they did have a congressional prayer breakfast. Usually Joe Biden says something. I mean, the president, whoever it is, says something too. Like, I wish they wouldn't. I get why they feel obligated to do so, but I wish more members of Congress would recognize this is not like a generic day of prayer. This is a conservative Christian event. You don't have to promote it for them.